Pelicans beat the Jazz 112-105. Let's talk about it.
Took away. Jazz possess. Get your money's worth.
Presented to you by the Birdsall Law Firm, the official injury lawyers of Pro Pels Talk, located at 19 Pointer Street by the Superdome. Give them a call at 504-523-5413 if you're someone you know has been involved in an accident. Birdsall Law Firm, the official injury lawyers of Pro Pels Talk. 5 Chaz, Ross, and Lito tonight. 5, will start with you. We were talking before the stream, but they finally made an adjustment in the crunch time minutes. I guess you could say the last 2 minutes involving Zion Williamson high ball screens. I see a lot of looks. Why are you shaking your head?
Because it shouldn't have taken you 3 seasons, 2 years to finally do that. It shouldn't have taken that long. I mean, we've been screaming about having Zion in the pick and roll situation, and say if a team doubles the dribble handoff or screen and roll, you dump it to Zion and he goes to go play 3-on-2 or 2-on-1. But that's simple basketball. Willie Green came from Golden State. I mean, they have been doing that for almost a decade now with Steph and Draymond. I'm not, again, Brandon isn't Steph. Zion is way better than Draymond, but essentially those positions, like Zion has a skill set to go play 3-on-2, 2-on-1, and he's going to make the right pass. Well, he had 8 assists tonight. A guy, if you put him in enough situations that are, best for him to kind of, get everybody involved, and he's a willing passer, why don't you do that enough? Why don't you do that? Put him in more like opportune and optimize Zion rather than, and put him out there with a Trey Murphy rather than subbing him out for Trey Murphy, put him out there with Trey Murphy and CJ, and it will make sense, right? It would just make sense.
Chaz, can we talk about those last 3.5, 4 minutes, right? So they took, once again, they keep just subbing Zion out, like whatever. We'll talk about that later. But Zion, and correct me if I'm wrong, a timeout was taken around the 4.5 minute mark, and Zion was out. They had drawn up a play against the zone. They get a turnover. The next possession happens. Then Zion goes to the table to get subbed in. And then they have a long stretch, right. Of just nonstop basketball. Where I thought there could have been times where Willie could have used the timeout. And you pointed out to me in the group chat, Willie had he had 3 timeouts left. He then lost his 3rd timeout at the 2 minute mark or 2.5 minute mark. What did you think of that, I guess, situation and why Zion was out for so long, especially against the zone?
I think Willie Green's the worst coach in the NBA. Like this is no hyperbole. I think they're children who play too. I don't mean young men. They're children who play NBA 2K that know more about time management and rotations than Willie Green. Willie Green is the worst coach in the NBA. He's undeserving of a head coaching position in the NBA. He should suit up and go to the fucking Big 3 and play basketball. That's what he should do. He should suit up, go to the fucking Big 3 and play basketball. I talk to Ice Cube all the time. I'll get him on the phone for you, Willie. I'm tired of this. This man is awful. I wanted to lose this game tonight. I saw no progress being made anywhere across the board. No progress being made. I told y'all before I've been saying this to the high heavens, Dyson Daniels is the worst player I've ever witnessed offensively. Dyson, if you've ever seen a worse basketball player offensively than Dyson Daniels, you deserve a fucking Purple Heart Medal of Honor because you witnessed some shit. You done seen more shit than they seen in Nam. Dyson Daniels is fucking terrible. Dyson Daniels is awful. Willie Green
terrible offensively is what you mean, not defensively, because he's special defensively.
Defensively, he would have to have fucking Superman skin, like level defense to be good enough to justify.
No, I know. No, that's what I'm saying. No, I am saying
defensively, he's cool. I saw him get cooked a few times tonight. Defensively, he's okay. He's cool. He's passable, but he's awful. Like he's not like even Andre Roberson good. He's terrible. This motherfucker's trash. And Willie Green is equally as bad as you think Dyson is offensively. Willie Green is that coaching. This was a game. I feel like they needed to lose this game so some decisions can be made. There's no way if you're in the front office watching this shit, you think, well, hey, we mustered up, and got the win. The Jazz suck. The Jazz not trying to win.
13-17.
They just playing good until you beat them. Jazz suck. And the thing is, everyone knows it. The Jazz commentators know it. AD and Joe know it. Everyone knows this team, and by this team, I mean the Pelicans are bad. They're getting by. They lucky they won that game. They lucky they won the fucking game. Dyson on the ground, fumbles the ball, kicks it out. So I think it was Trey, and Trey hits the three, go ahead three. It was like this team sucks.
Because and Chaz, you bring up a good point because Lito, when Zion was just standing on the by the scores table, they got a really lucky three from Brandon Ingram. Like he hit a big shot there on the left wing, but like to Chaz's point, like there was like a fumble, like they didn't know what they were doing, and then like they kind of flipped it out to Brandon. He hit a three, and then I think the following possession, Trey hit a three. What did you see, I guess, in those last 4 minutes, good and bad, from the Pelicans?
Can I say smash? Yeah.
Smash.
Can I say something before I get to the last 4 minutes? AD gave Willie Green credit at the end of the game. He said, shout out to Coach Green for simplifying the game. Now, mind you, it'd been 4 quarters. It'd been $1 basically, and you looking like it was about to go to overtime, and all because in the last, 20 seconds of the game, you finally decided to run a pick and roll with your 2 best players. Like, I respect everything AD says. I can't give Willie Green credit for that. Kawhi took you 4, almost 5 quarters to run a pick and roll with Brandon and Zion. Bro, we treat the Utah Jazz like they the Denver Nuggets or some shit. Like I don't understand what it is to where the game is so oversimplified. You oversimplify so much. You finally put Zion at the free throw line extended, where he could make whatever pass he saw from that point, or he could attack. You gave him options, basically. It's like an option route. And he did that. Brandon made a perfect pass to Zion, and he floated it to where it not only did it take time off the clock, it gave Zion movement. He led him to where he needed to go. And I just, for the life of me, cannot understand why it took 4, again, almost 5 quarters to do that. And you got a beautiful shot from Trey Murphy, right? Like, nobody ever thinks, if we put the 2 best players on the floor in the same action, that it'll open up shots for everybody else. Especially when you see the offense go stagnant, how it goes stagnant. Like, I saw 5 tweets when I see Chaz tweets about Pels need a lead guard. And they do. And they need an assistant. They need a head coach to the head coach. They need an assistant. I don't like.
They need a players coach, somebody on the court that can get everybody in line, be that second voice for Willie, because apparently like his voice not translating on the court. Or if it is, it's just that's the product that they're getting, right? Like Lito saying the right things. Like they don't have nobody that can just create, right? When I say that, I mean like, oh, I'm gonna give the ball to this guard, and he can beat his man one-on-one and get to the paint, create offense for somebody else. Brandon can only do that possibly on a fast break. Zion can only do that possibly in the mid post or at the high post, and it's not. His handle isn't that great. Dyson, that ain't happening. CJ, he lost a step. Like, so that's the point that we're trying to get to. Like, you don't have a guy that you just give the ball to and go. Look at Colin Sexton tonight.
I was just
They just gave the young man, gave young Bull the ball. I was like, oh, go. And he could get whatever he wanted. It didn't matter who was guarding him.
Yep. Ross, what are your thoughts on and y'all comment. I'll try to bring up as much as possible. Before Trey hit the 2 big threes, I believe he was 0 of 6 for the night, had 0 points. And me and Five were talking about this before the stream, but like I felt like the 6 shots that he did take, they weren't ever in like rhythm, because like he just had to get them up because he had to get them up because he's Trey Murphy. He should be getting 10 to 12 to 14 shots a night, and he's not getting any looks. So like as an offensive player, especially to his caliber, you want to get as many, get up as many shots as possible. And tonight, the last 2 shots I thought were his 2 best shots because they came off of action to where he was just spotted up, shot the ball. He was an option. But what are your thoughts with his usage, I guess, to say tonight in particularly the last two games, to be honest with you?
Well, I know Chaz and I talked about it on the show. We did. We run nothing for him.
That's the problem.
Ever,
That's the main problem.
Period. So, Mama said there'll be days like this. When you technically run nothing for a guy that needs somebody to create looks for him, well, you're just gonna stand his ass out there. And even the one he got tonight, we just made fun of Dyson crawling on the ground like an idiot with a minute and a half left, throwing it through somebody's leg. That was one of them. That was one of the looks that you're referring to. The other, you guys are giving Willie Green credit for drawing something up or that we did. Man, I think Zion just ran up there and set that screen. That shit wasn't called. I give them we get no credit. We get nothing. And so, yeah, what the hell are we supposed to do? Take some off-rhythm shots. Hell, going into the last 5 minutes, he had only played 15 minutes anyway, not getting in any rhythm, not involved in offense. It's just the same stuff. My frustration is rapidly turning into indifference.
What you got,
to Ross's point, it's arrogance to really think about it. You think your offense is good enough that Trey Murphy doesn't need plays ran for him, that y'all move the ball well enough that he's going to get 10 to 12 shots a game. That is complete arrogance on his part, on this coaching staff part. You think y'all move the ball enough that dude that needs to shoot the ball and you want to get up to – because their idea is they need to get up 33 threes a game. And that's at the low end of the NBA.
It's 27 tonight. They had 19 going in the fourth. That's 27.
Just think about the attempts. Most teams getting up 35 to 38 threes a game. They're not even sniffing that.
Who was it? We played the Cavs. Didn't they put up 50 something? We played the Cavs a week ago without Mitchell.
Listen, the Cavs do that on a regular basis.
Because that's their identity. They know going into the game, that's what they're going to do.
No, they've switched it. Donovan went out. It was okay, this is the way we have to play. Because they were flirting around 38 to 40. Soon as Donovan left, they were okay, we have to outshoot teams just to be close. Just to be close. And they don't even have a three-point shooter close to Trey Murphy. And they were getting up 53s. And a week they got it up 3 times. This coaching staff, they're dumb. I'm sorry. They are.
And again, we shot 27 tonight, and 3 or 4 of those came in the last 2 minutes. Trey with 2, Brandon with 1. I feel like there was another one too. So,
hold up. That's it. One thing. And then the worst part about what Five and Ross just said, your coach outwardly says we don't run plays for him. He outwardly says that in what up?
Can I ask you, who do we run plays for? Who do we run plays for? Because we don't run plays for Zion. Exactly. Because I don't ever see diagonal screens for where Zion's from the right. Just say Zion's set up at the right junction, right? I don't see it where CJ McCollum back screen for him to go down the left block and then CJ come off an out screen. I don't see any of that shit either.
This team is a very low IQ basketball team. There was the time tonight when Zion had Colin Sexton sealed and nobody even looked for him. We don't hunt the mismatch. We don't go after what up, B? We don't go after whatever the deficiency is on the other team. And Justin, look, we going into year 5. We're in year 5, right? And we saw 2 pick and rolls tonight in the last 30 seconds of a basketball game. I still haven't seen Brandon and Zion actually play together this season.
Yeah, I don't. Same shit, different day. But Trey, Chaz, I had a question for you because you brought up a good point and you've been bringing up this point. So the scheduled rotations for Zion is he's out by the 6-minute mark in the first, then he comes back late in the first, then he's out by the 6-minute mark in the second, and then it's kind of the same thing in the third and the fourth, right? So it's 4 or 5 different breaks. So he starts the fourth, then he comes out with 7 minutes left in the fourth, and tonight you got him in at the 2-minute mark. I get this is what you got. Why you got balloons going? That was
What the
crazy.
hell?
Is it your
That was
birthday?
crazy.
What's the,
No,
that was,
I didn't even
Yo.
that was crazy.
That was
to see.
wild.
Oh.
Hey, bro, I swear I ain't even touching it. Y'all saw my hands like
That's
bro,
crazy.
what?
Chaz, what do you think needs to change there?
Willie
Because I
Green.
don't.
Willie
But
Green.
it's not. But it's
Hey,
not.
I don't need.
It's not
I don't
him.
need to hear the rest
It's
of the
not Willie.
question.
I'm telling you right
I
now,
don't-
it's not Willie. It's
No,
not.
Justin, it is Willie because it is Willie because I don't want to hear about the steward is fucking up the flight. No, it's the captain. Everything goes wrong on a flight is the fucking captain's fault. This bitch spilled some drinks on seat B9. I don't give a fuck. It's the captain. Everything you hired these motherfuckers, Willie. These your people. When nobody asks for these people, you hire them. It's your fuck up. And not only like, okay, the first few possessions, oh, Zion, oh, this motherfucker 3 for 3. Oh, they can't do nothing with him. Zion's time to get out of here. Now, that by itself isn't the crime. The first sub is Larry Nance, who had a good game.
God.
But I'm like,
Bro.
yo, what the fuck is this? What part of the game is this? Right?
my
So
God.
okay, let's kick that to the side. Put that to the side. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever. Willie, like Zion, motherfucker go 6 for 6. I'm like, oh, he got to score 40 tonight. Zion's time to come out, brother. What is we doing? What part of the game is this?
Yeah.
What part of the game is this? What's the goal here? What do you hope to accomplish here? You keep trotting Dyson's bum ass out there. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker stinks, right? You send Hawkins to the fucking G League for God knows. Look, this how you know the coaching staff is.
We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that one for sure.
I don't want to say Joel called somebody dumb. I'm not gonna say dumb. I'm gonna say asinine. This how you know this coaching staff is asinine, right? You recall Sebring and EJ, so I guess they could play on the fucking scout team or whatever you're doing in practice. But Hawkins goes to the G League with Kyra for what? For what? When you know you need spacing. What's the goal here? What's the point? Zion had 8 assists. He should have had about 14.
JV fumbled like 2 of them. JV fumbled 2 of them.
He fucked over 2, but I'm giving it to Herb on the wing. I'm giving it to Dyson in the corner. What do I hope to accomplish from this?
Right.
What's going to happen here? The rotation is stupid. And you spoke about the players earlier. Last point. If you're not a mid-range shooter, if you're not Brandon and kind of CJ to a lesser extent, it's get it how you live in this offense. It's figure it out. Like, ain't no plays being drawn up for you. You better hope you get an ATO, and something good happens on a dead ball situation. And those aren't even that great. This motherfucker stinks. He stinks. Everything he brought with him stinks. This dude could not get a head coaching job nowhere else in the NBA right now.
Real quick, Ross, because I got a comment.
The FanDuel chick got them out.
We gotta talk about. We absolutely need to talk about that. Like, this is the kind of content we need, bro.
Can we go we'll go the latter part of the show. But Lito, I wanted you to elaborate a little bit.
Not the DraftKings.
Is it? She's DraftKings, right?
I think she might be
DraftKings, right? No, she's DraftKings.
She might be
DraftKings.
No, I'm just
I don't
saying
care what she is.
I don't know what she is. We're all talking about
blessed.
the same chick.
She's blessed.
I don't know who she works for, but we all talking about the same.
Hey, make sure y'all smash that like button. Presented by Company Burger, located 4600 Fred Street. Lito, please help me out. Appreciate your comment as always. We won the game and executed in the clutch. Why the hell were we so mad? It's the process for me, but Lito, I'm gonna let you have this one.
It's absolutely the process. All right, Vinicius. I'm upset because this is and listen, Larry Nance played great tonight, but his first game back, bro, you can't come back and have more minutes than 25. You can't do that. Like you talk everybody McCullough's son a star. He's a star in the making. He's the next generation of whatever this team is. He's about to get paid, and you consistently treat him like Larry Nance. You know what I'm saying? Like you would think that you would make this kid a priority. Like Larry Nance is whatever Larry Nance is going to be. And again, that's not a diss because he played great tonight. You know what I'm saying? But the process to me, and I tweeted this, the philosophy does not match the style of play. And or maybe I got the philosophy fucked up and I don't know what it is because it seems to change from game to game. I understand we won the game. Bro, you beat a bad team. Congratulations. Like, congratulations. You beat a fucking terrible team that's not going nowhere. You won the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I was going. That's exactly what it was. Yo, like Vinicius, at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, you couldn't get a fucking pick and roll going. Your offense was stagnant. Your defense was terrible. Colin Sexton was slicing. He was getting wherever he wanted to. He was doing whatever he wanted to do. The fucking rotations were terrible. I don't understand the
rotations are awful. Rotations are god awful. They're awful.
Bro,
and Chaz, I understand what you're saying. I understand that he's the captain, and I get it. He's got the final say. I understand. But Collins is the one fucking doing this. He's the one saying, hey, you're going in at this mark. You're going in at this minute mark. And like, I get it. It's like scripted the first quarter. Like, when you see, like, I agree with you though, Chaz. When you see the dude's got it going, he's 4-4 from the field. You just leave him on. Just let him go. He's got it tonight.
But not even that part. You hired Collins. Collins tried to get.
I think he was
job.
the only hire from Willie. I actually did some research on Collins tonight. He left. They parted ways. Him and Golden State parted ways for him to go look at it for a head coaching job.
Yeah.
Didn't get one. So then Willie hired him on his staff. And then Chaz, correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, I'll correct me if I'm wrong. But didn't he do interviews this offseason as well?
Because people are smart. Not the Pelicans. Other teams are smart. A parting of ways is a cold word for best of luck in your future endeavors. That's cold word for that. Yes. This man fucking stinks. This man's terrible. And it's not just him. If it wasn't Willie's hire, this isn't some guy Willie inherited. This is a motherfucker that he was even you gave him a chance to go somewhere else and you left the door open for him to come back. You should have said, whoa, hold on. You know, while you was gone, you know, we checked LinkedIn, we got some new people in here. So now this has been a problem for 3 fucking years. Yeah. So it's like, what we doing?
Completely right. Ross from Jeffrey. I mean, funny comment, but speaking of Jordan Hawkins, what did you think of the move today? Because I tweeted out like it's funny and smart at the same time. Like funny saying like how stupid it is, but that you could just play him at the NBA level because he's an NBA basketball player. Like he's an NBA player. But what did you think of the Pelicans sending Jordan Hawkins down to Birmingham?
I thought nothing of it. I didn't think anything. Yeah, it was expected. Willie stopped. They weren't playing him, and we already know they don't draw up any sets for shooters. They don't find any ways to get shooters involved. What's the point? Let him go down there and do something. I mean, I thought nothing. It just, like I said, my frustration is turning to indifference. We do the things. We're losers. I'll just stop it. We don't. I mean. Because it'd be one thing if I had convinced myself that we were sending him down there with a purpose. I don't think we're sending him down there with any purpose. This isn't hey, we need you to go get your shot back so that when you get back to the team, you're
sent down for defense.
You're ready to go. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's just nonsense. We just send him down.
We didn't draft him to be a defender. What are we talking about?
It is not 1998
shooters. And we don't know how to use shooters. So he's just going down there to hoop and hang out with some younger dudes, I guess. I don't know. But he's not going down there to work on Paul.
But what's crazy is NBA.com had him as a top 3 rookie with Chet and Wemby 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago.
I know he started shooting too good. He started shooting the ball too well. We really needed to cool him down. Willie is the king. Willie is a king at this. He knows.
No, if Matt Ryan was healthy, he wouldn't be playing either, bro.
Matt Ryan would not be playing.
Matt Ryan never playing again. That shit is over.
Yeah, he probably never playing again.
Hey, wait, hold up. Before you move on, before you move on, my bad, 5. I didn't mean to steal your light, bro. I was just gonna say, like, this is not 1998, bro. Like, this is not 2003. That whole defensive, that shit does not matter, dog. The problem is you got a defensive coach coaching a team of offensive guys, and he doesn't know how to employ certain guys and take advantage of certain aspects of the game. And Jordan Hawkins, that shit is over, son. that shit is over. And the thing, the sad thing about it is, Justin, you just said a stat about him being third or whatever. Like, he could have easily broken Keegan's record, and like now that shit is all like
He's
that
on
shit
pace.
is shattered.
He's on pace
like,
to do
it's
that.
over now.
Like that because of 5. I think that's an interesting question from David. Who do you guys think should be playing versus who should not be playing?
It's not gonna matter. I mean, to be honest with you, David, it's not gonna matter because the philosophy is just dumb. Like I like some of the coaches on the team, right? Especially the P&D guys, even the analytical guys. Like when you have a conversation with them, they understand how this team is supposed to play. The problem is how that information is, pushed up to the top guys making the decisions. That's where it's all faltering from. It's not like okay, well, the philosophy should be offense first. It's easier to teach an offensive guy how to play defense rather than a defensive guy how to play offense. Like, it's so much easier. When you got a shot, like, cool, like you're athletic enough, you can, if you have a shot, I could take a Jordan Hawkins and I can be like, okay, bro, you just have to get better on defense. The only way he's going to get better on defense is playing basketball with the people that he's supposed to be playing basketball with. That's the only way it's going to work. Oh, you're going to put him out there with a Herb. So when he does get beat, he has a guy that has his back and then he can try to recover. Look at this play. Justin, you probably remember this play. Najee's guarding, I think it's Colin Sexton or Jordan Clarkson. No. Colin Sexton. Najee's guarding Jordan Clarkson or Colin Sexton, and Larry Nance helps on the right wing. He helps just enough. Najee returns and blocks their shot out of bounds, right?
Yes.
Imagine Jordan Hawkins being on the wing with Herb, like, and something like that happens.
Yeah.
A guy learns how to play defense by just playing. You can't remove offense. You can't remove offense because of defense. Like, you can't do it no more in the NBA. It just, guys are too skilled now. You
make such a great point too, Five, because what drove me insane a couple weeks ago is because everybody decided to bring up all the analytics, and some of the analytics are great, and I'm just not a big analytical guy. I'm just not. But everyone was like, well, Jordan Hawkins has the worst defensive rating or the worst overall rating, whatever it was on the team. But context matters. It matters who you play with and who you're on the court with. Like, I think that, like, if Jordan Hawkins is on the court with Zion and Brandon and CJ and a big, like, he's going to be really freaking good. Defensively, if he's struggling, well, fuck, put him with her, put him with Dyson, do something. Don't just cut his minutes and just DNP him. Because I'm telling you right now, they killed him. He's done for the rest of the year. In my opinion, Jordan Hawkins is done for the rest of the year. Yeah.
Can I speak on this? I'm sorry. Go ahead. You go ahead, Lito.
No, I was just gonna say, yo, like, there was an article that came out the other day. JJ, and there was a podcast with JJ Redick and Legs, right?
Yeah, like
Tim Legler, right? And my philosophy, like what Tim said, has been my philosophy for as long as I can remember at this point. Yo, lean in, go full offense, right? I love Herb Jones, and I love all the things Herb Jones brings to the team. And I'm bringing this up because I was thinking about Drew Holiday, and I was talking about Drew Holiday and Derek White in the same backcourt. And Drew Holiday is such an Drew Holiday is such an anomaly, because as good like Drew's a proficient offensive player. Like he can get you 18 to 20 points, right? But he hangs his hat on defense, right? And Herb, while Herb is a great defender, the other side of the court, like, he can't do that for you. It's a deficiency there. So I just think that Willie is stuck in such a Willie is stuck in 2010. He's stuck with the mindset of what the game is. The game has changed, and the game that Willie played is no longer the current state of the NBA. And you cannot. It's like, Justin. It's like, a lot of us are parents up here, right? It's like you raising your child from 1992 lessons in 2023. Bro, that shit don't work. You can't do that.
Such a good point. That is a really good point. Go ahead.
Can I speak about the first few possessions that I noticed that just I knew what kind of game we was in for. I knew what was happening. All right, so Brandon and CJ are on the right wing. All the action is on the right wing. Guess who's parked on the corner in the left wing? Zion and Herb. This
Because
happened like 2 or 3 possessions in a row.
This happens every
happened
night,
about 2 or
Chaz.
3. Yeah, like it, dude. The thing that bothers me is like, bro, look, listen. I asked my lady this earlier. I was like, if you were watching boxing, right? Because I know a lot of us here like boxing, and you had one guy who had he had his right hand tied behind his back, and he had on a 45-pound weight vest, and the referee didn't like him, but he was like he won 6 rounds with a fighter who didn't have any of these disadvantages. You would argue that the dude with the one hand and the weight vest is the better fighter, right? Zion ain't a fucking role player. Like what are you doing? This man not some role player. You know what I'm saying? Some of these dudes aren't role players. Like this motherfucking thing, this the Pistons. And like we just running Rip Hamilton equal opportunity offense. Like, no, brother, no, what are you doing? This nah, you don't do shit like that. What's happening here? And there was another play, bro. And I hate to be up on Dyson. It's not Dyson's fault. Dyson didn't ask to get picked here. Dyson didn't ask to get picked here. It's not his fault, right? But motherfucker signed a contract. It is what it is. So you're on the floor. It is what it is. Appreciate you, Davos O'Connor.
Man,
but
we got 61. Damn.
Yeah, y'all got to hit that like button, dog.
Look, there was one play. I think Dyson was on the right wing. Zion got the ball. He 1-on-1 with Laurie or one of the other guys. Right? Here come Jordan Clarkson, looked at Dyson, fuck out of here, and went and doubled Zion. Right? That was his first.
It was the quarter 3, right?
No. I think Zion shot it and missed it. I think, or he turned it over. It was one of the two. But he didn't even really like consider guarding. Appreciate you, Gary. He didn't even really consider guarding Dyson. He didn't even consider it. Like no one, they not leaving like Jordan Hawkins like that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like what's happening? What are we doing here?
That's the problem I have. Let's go 5 here. Well, shit, Ross, you haven't talked in a while, huh? We'll have Ross in 5 go here. Because I feel like Ross is like, I don't give a fuck. But should Trey start over CJ or Herb?
I would move Trey into the starting lineup over Herb. I would. I'm on record of saying that I thought he should have come off the bench and thought we needed Herb in the starting lineup. I think you've seen over the last 2 games. In reality, I think you saw it tonight. The way you can use Herb without him being a starter. I think you've got to find a way to get Trey more involved. Like he's got to get more shots. He opens things up so much, and you can still play Herb when you need him most, which is in situations like tonight. I thought he did a great job on Laurie at the end of the game. Like I almost wonder if having a fresh Herb in the 4th quarter to be able to really focus and handle like the defensive assignment wouldn't even make him like a more useful player in that like in that little subset of his role. I think I would. I'd move Trey. You got to find a way to get him more minutes. I mean, like I said, whatever it was, 5 or 6 minutes left. I looked and Trey had like 16 minutes played tonight. 4 shots. It's just not enough. It's just not good enough. Because even with our shitty offense and even with our disgusting lack of ball movement, Trey Murphy still will make it easier on everyone else. He will still get us some easy buckets because the ball is just going to be floating around and Dyson's going to be on the ground and it's going to somehow just find its way to him to get us an open look. So I actually would make that change. We won't, but I would.
5, go ahead.
It definitely wouldn't be CJ. It'd probably have to be Herb. And even in my article, I said JV, but I can't depend on Herb and Trey to rebound. Like you can't bank on them being able to rebound. So that's the real issue. And even Willie said this, like there's going to be games where like it's going to come down to those guys rebounding. Like that's going to be able to tell like, okay, this is a win or a loss because the wings were able to rebound. So it'd have to be her just for the simple fact the offense isn't fluid, right? The offense isn't fluid. So the only way to create another advantage is to add another shooter. And if you got a shooter like Trey Murphy, just him being out there creates some kind of space. So you low key would want that rather than her possibly guarding Ja Morant because you're not stopping Ja Morant anyway. So you rather just create the advantages rather than just, try to play defense.
Yeah, and Lito, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I'm pretty sure Trey's numbers as a starter are way better than him coming off the bench. I can actually look that up right now. But
Yeah.
what are your we'll go you and Chaz. What are your thoughts on that? Fuck, who said it? What are your thoughts on that comment from Enterprise?
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Who would you start him over though?
It'll be Herb, and it'd be Herb because like I just want a mid-tier defense. Honestly, I'm not looking for anything spectacular. I'm not looking for excellent defense. Just mid-tier, just situational stops. And there's and this is not a knock on Herb, but there's data out there for as great of a defender as Herb is. When he plays, the defense is a negative. So go ahead.
No. My only rebuttal is like, I'm kind of leaning to what you were kind of talking about. Just like, imagine your style of play like switch. Like Justin, we all watch baseball. Imagine like you got a 95 mile an hour, 90 plus, let's say 100 plus pitcher throwing gas, but then you insert a knuckleballer as your relief pitcher. That's what this would be like. Inserting Herb with the second unit. It's like, okay, now you got a defensive unit. And this team is going to just try to turn you over to get easy buckets because offensively, they're not going to be gifted. But defensively, they're going to be stifling enough. And then you're going to have a Zion, a Brandon, a CJ out there to, stagger their minutes. And then it would make sense.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
I had the stats in front of me. Sorry.
Go ahead.
So Trey's a starter, 15-4. Trey coming off the bench, 7-3.
I mean, it looks like we have the numbers. They have the numbers too. Like, and they probably have a lot more advanced analytics than we do. Now, what they choose to do with them, I don't know. But to Fav's point, I think that's a great idea. You throw variance at something, right? Like you make it okay. You come offense. You start the game with the offensive unit, right? And you jump on them. You take advantage of them not being able to match up with you, and then you throw a defensive unit at them, right? And you fluster them. You get them annoyed, and then you bring back the offensive unit, and like you keep switching it. And again, to me, if I'm Willie Green, I'm going full. Like I'm leaning in the offense, bro. Like defense don't win shit in the NBA no more.
No. They do in certain situations. What you just said. In certain situational defense, and like I feel like we've all been saying that. Like Jared, you said you've been harping on us all year. Like what? They were 6th last year in defensive rating. They were a fucking 9 seed. Like who cares?
Right.
Don't it seem like he wants it to be more difficult? Like
Yes.
Willie Green.
Someone had this point. I forget who said it. But they're like Willie had like a junkyard dog mentality when he was a player, right? He was like scrappy. He was a defender. Like chess.
Hey,
like get crazy.
Take that chip off your shoulder, dog. You got to remove that chip. This ain't that, and that ain't this.
It's like some cat that just grew up rough. Now, I'm not saying that he did. I don't know his upbringing, but I'm saying it's like a cat that grew up rough and just ended up far uptown with Justin B. Like that's what it feels like. Like it feels like I ain't have no silver spoon. I eat with my hands. Like you ain't got to do that no more, brother. Like you can just hoop. Like try to score like the other teams are scoring. Legs and Lito brought up the pile with JJ and them. Like Legs and them talked about it. There were like 4 or 5 teams in the last week that scored over 130 just in the last week. Like that would be uncommon 5-6 years ago for that to happen in a week. It'd be really uncommon if that happened when Willie played. So like you have to change your whole identity when it comes to like offensive philosophy or just your philosophy as a coach.
Chaz,
this is my last point on this. I'm sorry, Chaz. This is my last point on this, bro. If you'd have told me looking at this roster, right, looking at who's on this team, if you'd have gave this to Alvin Gentry, right, if you'd have gave this team to Stan Van Gundy, it's no way this team wouldn't average 130 points. You couldn't convince me otherwise. Like this,
Alvin would have him scoring 130 a night. I mean, SVG would be smart enough to get him to 130.
SVG would provide the analytics for the shots, though. He would make them shoot a certain amount of threes.
Chaz, I've seen a couple comments here. That actually is an interesting point. So let's talk about Zion's defense. Zion's defense on point today. Also, watching that Memphis game, like Zion, like I know Jaren Jackson hit that scoop layup late in the game, but like that's just a shot you live with. Like Zion defensively did a good job. He also did some good stuff tonight. 10 rebounds. What have you seen from him? I guess defensive of his last couple games.
I thought defensively Zion has been good these last couple games, but I also think for me the bar is really high with him. So I expect you to have, do your job defensively because you were good defensively in college. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
do you think he was good? Let me ask you this. Do you think he was good or do you think he was more athletic than everybody?
I think he was probably stronger and maybe a little faster than everyone, but I do think he was more solid and good. I think some of the scouting with him was saying that his floor coming into the NBA was Draymond Green. There's like, if nothing else, he'll be defensively good and he would be a great passer if nothing else. So I think the talent is there. It's just about, again, with everything, consistency. Got to do it consistently. My thing with Willie Green and analytics, you hand Willie Green analytics, it's like handing the judge your child support receipts. They're like, well, was this a part of like what I assigned to her? No, the judge is gonna do this. Analytics, threes. Brandon take more threes. Did you say Brandon take more? Get the fuck out of here. Willie Green, if you ask me, the man's in over his head. The man doesn't know what's going on, right? And as far as him, Willie Green, you were a journeyman, bro. You were a journeyman. Trey, that's just happened. That was your lot in life. That just happens not to be Trey's lot in life. That's not Zion's lot in life. You know what I'm saying? There's levels to this. There's pedigrees to this. You're the junkyard dog, but you know what a junkyard dog usually is? A mutt. It's a fucking mutt. It's a dog you feed table food to. It's a mutt, right? It's not the dog you putting in fucking tournaments and you putting on USA at noon during the summer, running through hoops and doing. It's not that kind of dog. You got some dogs. You got a couple Ferraris here, and you wasting them. You don't know what's going on day to day. I just feel like I would hate to see these dudes become discouraged because if you feel like, well, shit, I'm doing all I can do, and it gets to the point where nothing you do is going to be good enough, then you start seeing a little bit more of pushback. And I think it kind of, I think you've already seen it in several instances. Not that guys have like necessarily quit on him, but it's I think if Willie Green wasn't there for like 2 weeks, they wouldn't miss him. I'll say that. No one will be asking for him to come back. I truly believe that because he stinks, man. The dude bad, man. His mentor, everything he hopes to grow up and be is just lost 28 games in a row.
29.
That's 29, and that's what he aspires to be. And it was crazy is they're scoring more points regularly than the Pelicans.
And David, I'll get to your question in a second, but let's go 5. We got to talk about Larry Nance. Because I guess I don't know how long he missed, 15 something games, but 25 minutes tonight, 7 rebounds, 5 steals, 9 points. I thought this is the first time we've seen Larry Nance like fully healthy, like 100% fully healthy.
Yeah, I mean he's been dealing with some nagging injuries outside of just the rib thing, right? Like, bro, you get hit in the rib, you break a rib, it's gonna be hard for you to sleep. It's gonna be hard for you to breathe, especially running up and down a basketball court. So I thought it was decent that he did have time to kind of get well, because if he wasn't healthy, or let's say he didn't break his rib, they probably would have ran him into the ground by now. They probably would have. Mm-hmm. So if I'm Larry, I'm kind of thankful that I was out a little bit. I mean,
he's still gonna get run into the ground.
Oh yeah, I still think that's gonna happen. But it's good to see him healthy. Like I thought he was really good tonight. What he had, like 4 or 5 steals, I think, like
5 steals, 5 steals, 7 rebounds. I think he also hit a 3 tonight too. 4 or 6 from the field, had a dunk.
Jumpers look pretty good, and I think this dude he's a really smart basketball player, right? Like I always say this, that's always the thing that I go back to. I like to see smart basketball players play basketball because it helps other, unsmart basketball players, come up there for their deficiencies. But that's the thing. Like you can't
Bro,
What?
I'm so glad he brought this up because, like, yes, like Larry like deserved his flowers tonight, like he does. But
Yeah.
it's alarming to look at the minute category and see Larry Nance 25 minutes, Trey Murphy 23 minutes. Like,
Oh, it is. Oh, it
Najee-
is.
Najee
that
Marshall
to me is
16.
alarming. So I don't know if y'all all want to touch on that point. Pause.
This
Yes.
point.
Yeah, that was a good. That was good.
That was
Yeah,
fun.
That was
I
good.
mean,
Fair
it was
enough.
on the line.
Okay. On the line.
Foot on the line.
Does that worry you a little bit? I think everyone can on the panel can answer.
That's kind of what we expect, though. It's not
Right.
like this ain't nothing that we find uncommon. I mean, we hope that Trey Murphy gets 30 minutes a game. We pray.
Because this is an interesting comment too. I know JV had a bad game tonight. Like Larry was the right guy to play. But this is an interesting point too.
Well, I think this is the time you start working the phones and you trade Larry immediately. I agree with Alvin Davis. I'm not falling for debate. I've been black a long time. I'm not. Come on, Larry, not cut the shit. Cut the shit. I feel the same way about this as I felt with Brandon, how Brandon ended the season. Like, yeah, when you got fresh legs and everybody else got tired legs, and you've been chilling for months and weeks and months and weeks. Because let's not get it fucked up. Even when Larry was playing, he was chilling. He was chilling for months and weeks. I don't care about nobody playing through injury. That's why you get paid the big bucks. That's why you get paid the big bucks. As good as Larry Nance was tonight, I still need to know, was that $10.5 million worth of good? No, because I just saw Biombo, who was fucking working at Denny's before Steve Adams got hurt. And this motherfucker just come on the floor and he has the same equal impact. Look, he had a cool game. That's what's up. That's what we've been waiting for. Let's trade him. Let's get him up out of here. You know what I'm saying? This is when you sell high. You don't sell when Larry goes out with the next rolled ankle or with the next Mike Tyson bit his ear or some weird shit. Because it's always something. Let's get him out of here now. All right, he played. He got some highlights. It's gonna be on ESPN. Let's get it out here now. Let's start making calls now. He got to go now. That's how I feel. Now.
Rossi will follow.
Now. Get him out here now.
I couldn't. I'm co-signing everything Chad just said. I totally agree. It's just the same thing. You know, it's not gonna happen. Like they're just not gonna do it. Like it's the obvious move. Because I feel the same way about Najee. Najee ain't never gonna play as good as he's playing these last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, ever. Package it up. He's a free agent at the end of the year anyway. But they're just not gonna do it. And so I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here and get myself all worked up about something that I know isn't gonna happen. Larry's gonna look. Larry ain't played basketball in a month, and he came back and closed a game tonight, of which you could have lost. In reality, it took a miracle. You missed 2 free throws with a minute left. If they get a rebound, they go down there, make a bucket. It's like a 1-point game with a minute. Whatever. You got lucky tonight, but the fact is, Larry came back and closed tonight, and he's going to close the next game, and we're going to lean on him for more than he should be leaned on for, and he's going to get hurt again. It's the same stuff. I don't know. We could come up with all the great ideas in the world, but Larry ain't going nowhere.
Leo, you want to?
I mean, somebody said Larry 30 minutes next game. I mean, fuck, he played 25 tonight, so. Like, yeah, he might play 35 next game. I agree with everything Chad said. First of all, Larry has a salary, right? You definitely I'm putting him in whatever deal I have to make for the salary. The pound's so wild to me because you showed last year the way you used JV. You didn't want him to come back. You didn't want him on your team, right? Because you didn't want to use him. Yeah, you bring him back. He's been excellent so far this season. He doesn't have a contract next season. Why are you holding on to these people? Like, why are you holding on? Najee's playing excellent, right? Move him. Let Najee go get paid. Like Chad said, if he wants to play in Canada and get $30 million, like, bro, I'm all for that. As far as like Larry, listen, Willie is everybody knows Willie has his picks and chooses. You obviously see that tonight in this first game back. He played more than Trey, Najee, Jose, right? for a guy a guy who's missed 15 games. Personally,
He played 5 less minutes than Zion Williamson. 5.
I
less
mean,
minutes
bro, you looking at the
Zion.
blueprint right there. He's gonna get run. Willie's gonna run him. He's gonna run him into the ground. He's gonna the end of January he's gonna be burnt out.
Shout out Chris Conner for sending this to me. I'm trying to see if we can upload it, but Zion Williamson, and I'm trying to see. Zion Williamson hasn't tweeted in like year. Was last tweet March 24th, and it's like a promotional tweet. But
Larry Nance game recap, right?
Yeah, Larry. It says game recap at Larry Nance. 5. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, that's the real reason. If you want to keep it on, I don't think Larry's going to get traded because of his connection to Zion. You know, having that meeting and the response that Zion kind of had, then having Zion's back, I guess with like Christian Clark's article, like Larry's pretty.
Larry worked for this. Boy, Larry worked for this job security.
Yeah, I mean, I can't be mad at nobody that putting in their due diligence like that. Like, hey, it is what it is. The game is the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it doesn't make me feel any different about it, but I think there needs to be some kind of consolidation to this roster, or just a change of philosophy.
Like the same players, dude. You get to Dyson
and
Herbert, the same player. Actually,
too much parity.
No, it's not even that. I think it's more predicated on like how you view the NBA. You can't see it like you've seen it the last 3 years. If you're going to step into next year, you cannot view it as we're going to rely on defense first. If you do that, you will lose. You will lose.
Can I add this as well? I think when you talk about the roster construction and some of those things, it also lends to David Griffin doesn't know how to build a championship roster because he didn't have nothing to do with the first one that LeBron built. That was all LeBron. And he said he hated that process. He's another undeserving person who shouldn't be here, right? It's just it's a very just systemic like situation to where it's like, yo, what's happening here? You know what I'm saying? What's the goal here? You know, there's not no championship team. Look, Jokic is incredible, but that's an incredible team also. I was pissed off when they got Aaron Gordon. I liked Aaron Gordon's potential in Orlando. I thought he could be a really good role player. He's proven to do that. Like, you don't necessarily have the equivalencies to those type of players here. Also, you don't have a high volume 3-point shooter that you play like a Jamal Murray here. Also,
have 2 of them. Like, don't use them.
Mike Malone is a good coach. You know what I'm saying? Mike Malone is a good coach, and that team was consistently failing in the playoffs. Shout out to Corey. If Trajan had, and I don't even know what Trajan do. Trajan worked with Tommy from Martin. Trajan didn't do shit. Trajan holds Griffin's phone and gets his coffee. He don't do nothing. Them dudes stink. This entire front office sucks. They don't do nothing. None of them do nothing. You got a bunch of political hires. You going into year 5. You got the same questions that you had going into year 1. It is fucking ridiculous. And there's no signs of ending. And the worst thing this team could do is go on a mini streak because you're going to forget about the 3-4 inferior teams that just beat the dog shit out of them before. Like, this team, lucky that they got a dude like Zion who's a bit of a fuck up, because you could just throw everything on his shoulders. Like, you can say, well, what do you expect? We didn't get the guy from you can always say that. It's like, oh, yeah, that's true too. He been fucking up. But this team stinks. Like, this coach stinks. This front office stinks. These motherfuckers trash. And we knew they was trash. That's the saddest part about it. Everybody knew they was trash.
Couple more questions.
Hold on, Justin.
Go ahead.
The excuse that a lot of people would have for Zion, Brandon, and CJ is like they didn't have enough time together. Okay, let's talk about that a little bit.
Let's go.
When you look at a team like Oklahoma City, right, number 2 in the West, a super young team, a rookie in Chet.
Let's go.
Year 5.
Wait, hold up. What name you
Chet.
said? What name you just said?
A rookie in
I
Chet.
want to go back
First
to
year.
London.
Not the last one. The last.
Yeah.
You said Chet?
Yeah, I said Chet.
Justin, you heard him? You heard him?
I texted you and I apologize. I was wrong. I like literally. I did what you did to me about Jaden. But go ahead.
A rookie.
Y'all can't see that, but
Yeah. But the numbers is there. I can see,
yeah, Jalen
like-
36 points, Shea 36, Chet 22.
Look at this. This is the thing, though, Chaz. Jalen wasn't supposed to be no offensively gifted guy. Like, he was supposed to be a 3-and-D guy, premier. That's what he was supposed to be. But that organization saw him like, nope, we need to elevate your game. Like, what we should be doing for Jordan Hawkins and Trey Murphy. Like, oh, no, we should be elevated. Like, no, this is the way we need to be. Because in my opinion, I think Zion, Trey, and Jordan Hawkins can be Steph, Clay, and Draymond 2.0.
Wow.
That's my opinion.
Wow.
In the right situation, those three can be to a lesser degree. I think they could be that. And I'm putting it on wax. Like, they could be that good. But the only thing getting in their way
Jordan Hawkins is in Birmingham.
Wait. I want him to finish his point. What's getting in their way?
The coaching staff is getting in their way. That's what's getting in their way. Because if you look at Steph's trajectory, he wasn't supposed to be this.
Right.
He wasn't. But
especially not after the ankles and shit.
Yeah. But somebody gave him the opportunity to work through the bad shit, and look what he became.
Yep.
And they traded Monte Ellis, who was great in the mid-range.
Lito. I mean, this won't happen, but
yeah, I think you should always get as much talent as you can. I agree. Yep.
Yeah, Cade playing good right now.
What's the trade? I don't know, bro. Whatever it take to get him.
Is it crazy for you to say go get Sexton? I like him.
No,
It's
it's not crazy.
It's not crazy.
It's not crazy. But again, to 5's point, I would go a step further. I would say it ain't just coaching staff. I think David Griffin, I'm gonna just keep it buck. I think David Griffin wants to build a team around Brandon. I think he wants Brandon to be the focal point of the team. I don't see a high ceiling. I don't really necessarily see a high floor for that team. That being the case, I don't think you really see for example, Jose being Brandon dog, you're not gonna really see them go get Kyle and Sexton because that means you're not playing Jose no more. So he gonna 85 that like, nah, I can't do that because of, this, that, and the third. And that's why I feel like it's a big house of cards that needs to be brought down, because if you're gonna consistently get halted from Willie Green is here because Stan Van Gundy got fired because Brandon didn't want him, and Josh Hart. And shout out to Josh Hart, nice guy, good wine. But Josh Hart shouldn't be making no coaching decisions for you. What the fuck are we doing here? That's what's happening here. That's what's happening here. Like that's what's happening. Like you got Josh Hart saying, yeah, get him out of here. That's insane. That's insane to me. And to the guy who said we sound like we lost, because you did lose. You did the same thing you've done in every single loss. This time you just happened to win the game, but they're not learning anything. They're doing the same exact things. And now that Larry's back, it's gonna get worse, because now the shit that you found with JV, you're not gonna see that no more. Like it's a repetitive rinse and repeat type situation. So it's just like
that was the thing, Chaz. Like it's the reason why I think we're all. It's a down podcast after a wins because it was the same process. I saw the same process. I saw the same process tonight. They just got lucky. I could not believe Zion Williamson was in the game at 2 minutes. Like that to me, that is insane. Whether he's a good defender or not, like you have your opinion, whatever you want to say. He's elite offensively. We've been knowing this. You need to score the basketball at the end of the game. This isn't like rocket science. Like this really isn't that hard. So it's just annoying to.
Bro, your best defender, however elite he is never going to be able to stop. However many possessions the other team has, right? He's never going to be able to fully clamp the other. Like, it's not going to happen.
No. It's the NBA, dude. It's not high school basketball. Like these guys are gonna score. Like it is what it is.
You know what? In this team, you want to talk about like a really good team. If you're going to be defensively, like if you're going to lead with defense, you have to be able to rebound at a very high level.
Yeah.
This team does not want to do the small things at an elite level. Brandon can have back-to-back like closeouts and where he doesn't box out the shooter and the shooter gets the rebound. That can't happen from your best player. I don't care what you say.
Bro, that shit had me so mad.
And it should. And it should have Brandon. But this isn't today's problem. This has happened before. Look at the Houston game last year. Look at the Houston game this year. Like we have a lot of data. Everybody wants to talk about data. We have a lot of data on this. How this team's failure belongs to them because they don't like to do the little things. They're not good at it. I don't think they will be.
Anyone got anything else?
Yeah, man. Listen, I do want to say this. Shout out to Zion. Shout out that y'all talked about Zion's passing earlier. And, I mean, he had 8 assists.
Oh, I want some of that last play. Yeah, let's go.
I want to give a shout out to Zion's rebounding. Per 5, what 5 just said. You had 2 games back to back now with double doubles, and we've been asking for rebounding. It's been a slow uptick, but it's been an uptick. So I wanted to give him credit for that.
Yo, wait, he had double against Memphis too.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
You think that's the first time he's recorded back-to-back double-doubles in his career? Well,
it's the first time I remember it. It's the first time I remember it.
I don't know. I can look real quick. But
double.
Either way, it's like
he should be averaging that.
Yeah, you should at least be, or at least consistently trending in the right direction.
Luka averages that.
He don't look like he out of shape right now. He had 23 and 11 with against Memphis.
23 and 11, you said?
Yeah, but that's what makes the weird ass burst he playing with so weird. Because is this like some injury prevention thing? Like Ross, what do you think about like the burst or what was happening with the rotations?
I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. The burst thing really never made sense to me. I'm not a doctor, but if I was trying to either keep somebody healthy or work them back into shape, either of those, I would think you would want to play a long stretch followed by a break, not a short burst, because you've got to train your body like to learn how to play whenever you're a little bit tired, and they're not really like the short bursting doesn't really give you that opportunity. It's like, cool, yeah, go out there for 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, whatever. And I really think it fucks our whole rotation up. I really do. And I think it's part of the reason that you get these periods of good play from Zion followed by periods of inactivity. It's just not letting him get in any flow of the game.
How do you expect to get in shape if you never like get tired? If you never get to the point of exhaustion, right? Like you can't.
It's a great point.
Yeah.
Do y'all think that it's a weight thing or a conditioning thing that he will like it's odd to me. He doesn't play more. If you really think about it, he doesn't play more than 6 minutes in a stretch.
I think it could be some type of health plan that they got going on, but it's like, again, another boxing analogy. If you punch a motherfucker in the face and you got him dazed, the worst thing that can happen is the referee get in the middle or the bell rings. Don't sub him out. Give the team an opportunity to adjust. And now he's back in and he's missing because they didn't adjusted and figured it out. Once you got to stump them motherfuckers out when you got them on the ropes. Like you supposed to, beat these teams into submission. Like go with the flow of the game, coach. What the fuck are you doing, coach? Like what's happening here, coach? And also, it's like with other players, if I felt like it was just a Zion thing, it would be one thing. But it's like it's everybody who should be playing don't get no minutes. Like it's everybody who's doing things where you just like, all right, well, he missed the shot, he missed the rotation there. You're gonna send him to fucking Nebula somewhere. You just gonna send him on the bench for the whole game. Like, come on.
I'm glad you said that, Chaz, because that's one of the things that I feel like we never give anybody an opportunity to do, which is to play through tiredness, to play through a little injury, to play through
Adversity.
a period of offensive inactivity where, hey, this shit happens in a basketball game, especially an 82 game season, where it's a skill. There's a skill to learning how to play a little bit when you're tired. There's a skill to learning how to be effective when the ball is not designed to come to you, or when you have a shitty offensive system where nothing is supposed to happen. You've got to find ways to creatively insert yourself into the game. And I don't think we really give anyone on the team an opportunity to do any of that. Like, it's always this strict plan, this strict, you're coming in and you're going out. We're a slave to the rotation that is on paper. Man, throw that fucking shit in the trash. That's what it is. It's trash.
You know what's wild? The first Zion sub at 6, and then he comes back at like a minute.
Yeah.
I think that's the stupidest thing possible. Just let him play for like that. A guy that's had hamstring problems, you gonna warm him up, right? Sit him, bring him back at 1 minute. He's got to get warm. You're gonna sit him again in the quarter, and then he's got to go back out there. I'm surprised he hasn't been injured because of this. I really am. You might as well just play him 7-8 minutes, sit him, and then bring him back at the beginning of the second. Like, that's just, I know,
common sense,
right?
Common sense. Like,
we don't have like sports medicine data to back it up, but fuck, we played enough to know, like, yeah, I probably shouldn't sit down to try to warm back up, bro.
That's a really good point, 5.
Yeah,
that was a really good point. I didn't even think about it like that because he's not even on a bike.
Yeah, he just chilling.
He just goes. Someone in the comments said that he was pissed off. Appreciate you, Thomas.
Thank you, Thomas.
Someone make sure to smash that like button. Someone said that, I don't know if anyone caught it, but Zion was pissed off at the end of or when he got taken out in the 4th. I don't know if anyone saw it.
Yeah, it was last game, right?
What is the point of it? What is the
Dyson in of all?
That's what it was. I can't believe Dyson was in the game with like a minute and a half left. It was insane.
Of all people.
Listen, in the chat to Chaz's point and to Ross's point, like we don't give people the opportunity to make a mistake. You see that it was a couple games ago. Trey shot a 3, and then Willie was barking at him from the sideline. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro,
Trey was telling him, I'm open. I'm wide open.
I'm wide open, bro. And he's telling him there was a bad shot or whatever Willie said, or he didn't want him to shoot that particular shot. But if you look at who was on the floor with him at the time, it might have been Dyson, Najee, Jose. This Dyson, Jose, Najee.
Ooh, talk about that lineup. It was Brandon. It was Brandon, Jose, Najee, Larry, Dyson.
Yeah.
What do you expect Brandon to do with that? What is Brandon going to do with that lineup? That lineup needs to be thrown out.
I said this the other night. We talked about Brandon, his ineptitude for threes, but you talk about the tough twos he make. But will he make the twos tougher on him? Yeah. He make him have to take them shots.
That's the craziest part. Is like you forcing him to do something that you shouldn't want him to do. Like there is no other shot, and then you're out there with Jose, and if Najee shot's not falling, like what do you expect these guys to do in this 4 or 5 minute span of playing basketball? You could lose a game like that. Okay, that shit's.
Hey, they only read elbow like twice tonight.
Thank God.
I mean,
that's the worst. Jared, I know you were trying to you're doing a good job describing what the elbow set was. But it doesn't work for this team. It just doesn't because they don't play quick enough.
No. It does work because half the time they're open on the initial. Lito talked about this earlier. They'll have somebody sealed and won't throw them the fucking ball. They won't do it. So the initial actions works, but I don't know what else.
Go ahead. Because it's crazy to have Brandon coming off, going away from the rim. All of his momentum is going towards the bench or going towards the stage. Go ahead.
This comment right here is the one that holds. And I'm sorry, Tommy Jones. I'm sure you mean well, but this is the exact comment that holds the franchise back, like 100%. It holds it back. Dyson is an elite defender. That might be true. Like he probably is he is a really good defender. And Najee does play with a high motor. That don't mean one fucking thing. in the grand scheme of things. You replace those dudes with 2 dudes playing in the G League right now. Our team is the exact same. We ain't gonna win any more games or lose any more. It's gonna be the exact same. That's what you got to realize if you want to make improvements. I saw somebody earlier ask, why are we still holding on to all these picks? It's all the same reason. Job security, people. It is job security. Look at this. What do they call it? The war chest.
Yeah.
We still have a war chest of
Got
assets.
a cachet of picks.
Yeah. it's job security. They're not like, we're not going to do the things that everybody knows we need to do to make ourselves a legitimate contender. Stop telling me about Dyson. Stop telling me Jose. Look, I get it. I know what they are. They need to be doing that for someone else so that we can improve the roster.
Delete. Yo.
I'll tell you, the comments have been fucking hilarious tonight. The comments have been absolutely hilarious tonight.
We got to do something about like these bizarre, like intimate front office player relationships, because it's reaching a bizarre level. Because when you watch other like telecast, like other commentators narrate, they were like, "Huh, I wonder why they did that. Why would you do that there?" Like,
did you hear the broadcast from the Grizzlies?
Oh yeah.
They're they're subbing Dyson Daniels in right now.
Oh my god, bro. And even shout AD. AD was, AD. He was like, Joe, they subbed Dyson. That's the exact play they went to before. They take advantage of that play every time, Joe, when Dyson's right. And it's like the night they had Dyson guarding Laurie Markkinen. And it's like, Laurie's like, what the fuck going on here? It's like, come on.
Bro,
AD's been really good. AD's been really good.
Willie got out coached by Taylor Jenkins, bro.
Man. He goes circles around Willie.
Hey, bro, I don't know. I can't really name you a coach where Willie just got an edge on, to be honest. Keep it funky. Like,
that's true.
Who does he have an edge on?
Man, I couldn't even begin to think about it. Like,
damn sure ain't Udoka.
Yeah, it ain't Udoka.
Sure as fuck ain't Udoka.
It ain't Udoka at all. I had a point about Udoka earlier where it's just like,
this is the right comment. I'm sorry, Chaz. Because this is the perfect comment. Because you should be
DJ Pratt. Shout out to DJ Pratt.
You should be. And I was upset against talking about, like, you should be mad about those games. You should be mad about the Rockets loss, not only on the away during the in-season tournament, but at home the other night. Like, these are games, guys, that like it's every year this happens, and we're wondering why are we the 9th seed? Like these are the differences. Like, I think someone tweeted out, it was Pels Pod, not Pels Pod. Who was it? Pelly Pod or something like that. Mm-hmm. They said if they win half of the games they've blown this year, they would be the 2 seed. Half. If you just cut those losses in half, they would be the 2 seed.
Well, shit. If they wasn't so lucky, they would be out of the picture totally. Like, you can look at it like that. I don't think this is some team that, I guess they should be better than they are. I think like tonight, motherfuckers get lucky a lot too. So it's just, and that's the thing. You need a little luck to win. But
you see, people are starting to see it. People are starting to see it. Yeah, if Brandon doesn't hit that 3, they're in trouble.
Yeah. And if Cyber 613, if you listen to the broadcast, Antonio Daniels and Joe totally ignored that shot. He hit it there, like, oh, great shot, but it was like 3 fucking seconds left. It was a Hail Mary shot that he had to throw up. It just happened to go in. It's a terrible process here. It's just terrible, man. And if I'm the front office, I don't even know where to begin because it's so many micro things you got to address at one time that is like, I don't even know, man. I don't even know.
Chaz, to that point, you talk about this 3-pointer. That reminds me of the air ball by Trey and Jonas. I think Jonas gets the rebound.
It's like the Grizzlies.
Yeah, it gets the Grizzlies. These are like, that doesn't mean like this team was in the game. Like the type of shots Memphis was getting compared to what the Pels are getting were 2 totally different things. They were getting what they wanted. They were just missing and making at the same time. The Pels didn't know what they were trying to get. They were just trying to get something, right? It didn't matter how they got it. They were just trying to get something. And that's not how this shit works. The process is flawed with this team. It's always been flawed.
You guys don't know what you're talking about. We're 18-14 on pace for 47 wins. Went to the semifinal of the in-season tournament. CJ missed some games. Herb missed a couple games. Brandon missed some. We got this thing right where we want it. We're right where we're supposed to be. We're a couple games from winning 50 games. We're everything's fine, and we still got a war chest of assets. A war chest.
If you would have told me that we'd be 18-14, start this season controlling our own destiny with a cap shape.
You just said controlling your own destiny at 32 games
with
in.
A cash share of picks. I'm taking that every time.
We're good to go.
It's
this process.
It's so much season left, guys. We're just hitting our stride. We're gonna figure this thing out as a team. We're healthy for the most part. You got Matt Ryan coming back.
We're not even fully healthy.
Why is Matt Ryan catching strays, bro?
We're just scratching the surface of health. I mean, look, Larry just came back. Win. 1-0 with Larry.
This remind me when we signed like Jameer Nelson, and this motherfucker he had to run the champs and get some shoes real quick or something, and he just came in the game. He was like the starting point guard. We playing like Kendrick Perkins real minutes, and it's just like yo, what's happening here? What's happening here? Like this is terrible.
Oh man,
we gotta
sell. Man. You gotta sell. You gotta sell while some dudes is playing well. You sell now. What's happening?
Oh no, they're gonna say this shit. We haven't played our best brand of basketball yet. They're gonna say some shit
that's always a good one. 5. That is always a good one. That's always a really good one.
We want to play our basketball. We want to play our best brand in March, in April, in May. That's when we want to start upticking.
Bro, the crazy part is
we don't even know.
This is also.
We don't even know.
This is another good comment.
Chop wood, carry water.
Yeah, chop wood, carry water. Like, come on, man. These dudes, hope, compassion, love, honesty. It's like you got kind
of. Wasn't that a ripoff of Steve Kerr's?
Yeah, he stole Steve Kerr whole flow.
Word for word, ball for ball.
And he missed one because he only had 3, right?
Oh, yeah.
No,
he has. No, you don't see the other. There's 3 in the furthest goal. It's like whatever, joy, passion, whatever it is, right?
No.
Mindfulness. Then there's another one on the other side which y'all don't see. It's on the other side. It's got like a big banner, whatever it is. Compassion.
Can you get us a picture of that one?
I'll get you a picture of that.
It can't be just words on the wall. That's crazy. Steve Kerr.
Oh, go ahead, Fire, my bad.
No, I'm just saying Steve Kerr is like saying that can't be just words on the wall. Honestly, I don't want those words on my wall anyway. Yeah, it's like nobody, like, bro, people, if you're gonna feel compassion and joy and honesty, like that's more of a personal relationship anyway. Like if I don't want that are
unbelievable.
I want to see that shit in the gym, bro. Like
that's what I'm saying.
Write that shit on your. My bad.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, man, Willie need to write that shit on his bathroom mirror. Like, don't put that shit in the gym. Like,
do you wait? Y'all think that was Willie's idea?
Yeah, it gotta be. Oh, every kiss begin with K-ass type slogan. Only Willie and Griff capable of corny shit like that.
No way.
Stan Van Gundy would have said, "Get the fuck up out of here with that." That's why I keep saying this team got a bunch of weird, bizarre, intimate relationships with players. I don't like what's going on around here. Like this shit, like you got to draw the line.
It's with K. I'm not over that one.
Like this motherfucker, like no, come on.
It's the greatest show of all time. This is the greatest fucking show of all time.
This one right here.
Come the fuck on, man.
Hey, wait. I'm gonna end it on this. I can't watch another player get a technical foul, not Willie Green. JV once again, I can't stress this enough. It's me and Jarrett talk about this all the time. It's like, even if in baseball, even if the batter is wrong, just say it's Mike Trout up and it's a called third strike and Mike Trout starts going back and forth with the umpire, that fucking manager is sprinting out, getting in between them, and he's getting tossed. Not Mike Trout. Like, JV shouldn't be picking up technicals. Zion Williamson shouldn't be picking up technicals. Like, Willie Green at some point has to be like, this has to stop. He has to start cursing. He has to just get into somebody, a referee, get in his face and get a technical foul. Like that's all you got to do. That sends a message to your team that I got your back. When you let players get technical fouls, that shows that you don't have my back. That I got to do it. When meanwhile, the coach should be doing it. What?
It's not gonna happen.
Well, that's the dude. That's part.
What do you?
That is
compassion.
That's a
What
main
can you say?
I know. I know. We're joking.
I want to ask you a question.
Part of
Mindfulness.
I truly want to ask you this question. For a dude that does, because you've gotten technical fouls, what do you think he can even say that's part of his current vernacular that could get him a tech? How could he what words could he put together?
Diddly poo.
That he uses to get a tech? I'm being honest to God. What could he even say? It would have to be something physical. He'd have to be on the court too long.
He's been ejected before. Like he got ejected one time.
Hey, he gonna take his long sleeve. He gonna pull his long sleeve up out his pants.
But you know what the thing is? If you Willie and you know that's not you, let Barano do that because that's him. Like he got that type of mentality. Assign that to him.
Oh, for sure.
You know who would get a lot of texts?
My bad, Five.
Fizdale we used to get a lot of texts back in Miami when Spo was first. Go ahead.
No, this brings up the valid point. AD was on the broadcast talking about how referees would they'll text somebody up that isn't vocal, right? The people that they should text the people that they should text, they won't do it because they might be too scared of them. But as soon as somebody that isn't vocal says something, they quick to tech them up. But that's, in my opinion, that's Willie Green. He quick to tell Trey something, right? He quick to tell JV something, but you don't have that same energy for the ref or for Zion or Brandon or CJ. That's the point. He's not consistent enough. Dog, you gonna tell me something, but you don't tell them nothing. And we talk about the same thing. That's
malarkey. And it's he could just say, "Are you blind? Are you blind?" And he would at least get some type of.
The refs would not tee you up for that. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you, the ref would be like you got to. You gotta lose your shit, man.
Nothing. That's the crazy part. He just
and refs expect you to say something, bro.
Sure.
Yeah.
If I make a call against somebody, bro, I'm all right, cool. I expect you to say something. Just don't go too far.
Enterprise is right, motherfucker. He gonna say something I've had about enough of you. He gonna say something
you do that one more time.
One more time, mister. One more time, mister. Man, get out of here.
What in the name of peanut butter and jelly is this?
Yeah, no, it's I think Joel said it at the end of the game when Zion missed them 2 free throws. We gotta get better at free throw shooting. But Zion, it's oh look, this is Zion's second and third time at the line. Would you look at that?
Joel be sneaking misses left and right if you listen to Joel, if you actually really listen to him, he's throwing jabs in left and right.
Oh my god.
Those two are special, man. They're awesome.
In real life,
oh goodness.
Buddy got a clip. Buddy got a clip.
Joel don't give a shit. Joel don't give a shit. Joel don't care about nothing.
Hey, dude.
What's up, motherfucker?
I got nothing else. I mean, that was one of the right there was impressive. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all smash that like button. I believe we play Lakers New Year's.
Yeah, we played New Year's Eve.
Yo, that's
the Malarkey one was the one. The Malarkey one. That was something.
I'm so sorry. Last thing. You don't play again till Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Right.
Yeah. And they still playing Zion and Burst. And you don't play again till Sunday. But a last thing, y'all. I do a lot of charity stuff. It's cold. It's getting, this is around the time of year we start doing cold drives. I wanted to use this platform. Look, if y'all have anything, any type of dirt or personal information type of stuff, I could get Willie Green ousted from the organization with. Please, DM me on Twitter. That I know y'all got something. So I'm look. I'm gonna have to drop it down. I don't like that.
Jiminy Crickets.
I did not know where Chaz is going, dog.
Chaz the greatest of all fucking time, bro.
Dog, I did not see that happening right there. I
What?
thought you were really because
Oh, I really thought something was happening. I was about to give it the whole screen too. I was like, "Oh, it's good charity work here. Here we go."
Hey, nah, you can still do it. Look, send this motherfucker to the big three. Send him to the big three.
Let's hear from
Terrible.
DraftKings.
DraftKings Sportsbook is giving new customers an exclusive offer just for NBA fans. This week, new customers can bet just $5 and get $150 instantly in bonus bets. Plus, score an NBA League Pass subscription on us for the rest of the season. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code BOOT. New customers can get $150 instantly in bonus bets for betting just $5. Plus, score an NBA League Pass subscription on us. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code BOOT. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 or older in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball terms.
Make sure you smash that like button. Lito, what you got?
Bro, after the shit Chad said tonight, I don't got nothing. Like I got absolutely nothing.
No,
dog.
this man got to be using counterfeit money or something. He got to be doing something, bro. Like, it's got to be a way to get him out of here.
Oh,
Gotta be a way.
what do you got for New Year's Eve? Y'all, I was thinking about doing a simple live. I know you're going, Jarrett.
Yeah.
It's a little live stream before New Year's. I know we got the Lakers Sunday, so
What day is New Year?
Sunday,
Eve.
right?
Oh, it is?
Sunday.
Sunday Eve, yeah.
Sunday. I think the game's at 6. Yeah.
Game's at 6,
okay.
yeah.
Oh,
Make sure-
God. It's about to be Vegas all over again.
See y'all
But,
later.
like, and we been